Transformers has always been an important part of my life. From growing up with the shows and the movies, I've always loved Transformers. Bought enough figures to have a heart attack with the amount of microplastics in my room. Spent so much money on this that I could probably afford an actual Chevy Camaro, and watched some of the worst fucking movies ever made. But I've always viewed Transformers as a property with so much potential on the big screen. Just have to get the right people to make it, and then we truly get a great Transformers movie. And then it happened. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This movie has the sauce. They fucking cooked with this shit. Dare I say, it even has the touch. In full sincerity, this movie is amazing. Like, I don't know who made that first trailer, but they should be fired out of a cannon, because that trailer doesn't even get within planetary distance to how this movie actually goes down. In reality, this is a movie that understands the characters and the world of Transformers, and uses it to make a great origin story to one of the most famous rivalries in fiction, Optimus Prime and Megatron. For a brief overview, the movie follows Orion Pax, D-16, B, and Elita 1 on a journey to find the Matrix of Leadership, where they discover a dark secret about their planet that not only changes the course of their lives, but one that changes the course of everyone's lives. It's a very vague version of the plot, but I'm trying to be a little spoiler-free with this video. First thing I'm gonna start with is the negatives. To be honest, I don't have many problems with this movie. The only ones I do have is some of the humor is corny as fuck, and that the exposition can get a little crazy at times, but that's something I can overlook and you probably could too. Yeah, the whole rest of the movie is fucking fantastic, but I want to talk about the really big stuff, so I'm gonna go through the movie fairly quickly. I'll start with the visuals. Visually, this movie looks incredible. Cybertron looks so beautiful and alive with how it's represented in the CGI animation. Along with that, the character designs themselves are perfectly clean yet colorful with how they're represented. Along with that, the music in this movie bangs so hard. It's composed by the same person who made the music in this movie fucking bangs. It's composed by the same person who made Transformers Prime, and holy shit, what a fantastic choice. The music, when it really kicks in, makes every scene so much grander in scale and emotion. And the little bits of Transformers Prime's theme in this soundtrack made me want to start crying. Like, bro, don't fucking do this to me. Now I'm gonna get into the characters. And yeah, this is where the real meat is at. The characters in this movie, I firmly believe, are some of the best versions of these characters ever put to a screen. Like, it's actually crazy to me how one movie made me care about these characters more than 7 fuck-ass live-action movies worth of character. B-127 and Elita 1 were great supporting characters in my opinion. B at moments never really annoyed me, and he did get serious when the time called for it. While Elita worked as more of a stoic and serious character that kept beating ass throughout the movie, both these characters work as two pretty fire supporting characters. And Arachne is alright too. Now time for the big stuff I want to talk about from this movie. But one last thing before we get to it. This crusty, rusty, Bulgarian galactic seal ass fuck made me so mad in this movie, I'm gonna make a video on him. Because I hate this guy so much. But for real, let's talk about the two best characters in this movie. Orion Pax, D-16. I believe this movie serves as the best possible origin story to these two and their rivalry. The movie knows that you know how this movie went, and it takes advantage of that. By making time to get you to care for Orion and D's friendship, in the first act of the movie, their friendship feels so real and like they do care about each other. Which is why when we start heading to the second act, that's where things begin to crack a little. Once they learn the big, world-shattering secret, it basically destroys D's entire compass, and while Orion stays optimistic just like the GOAT we know, D just wants revenge for all that's happened, and that creates the divide between the two. They start growing distant, all because of their different views on their course of action. But once we arrive in the third act, that's where things go absolutely bonkers. This movie takes such a turn for the worst in the best way possible. Everything that unfolds leads into a scene that I firmly believe to be the best scene in any Transformers movie. The music and the emotion in this one sequence is so surprisingly brutal and heartbreaking, while being so awesome and beautiful in meaning that it also deserves its own video, because this scene should be talked about without the confines of a spoiler-free video. But then the rest of the movie happens, and it ends off in a satisfying way that also sets up the future of this universe and its characters. A universe I'm fiending for! Like, I want it now! Give it to me now! But yeah, that's pretty much my review of the movie. As you can tell by my insistent glazing, I really enjoyed this movie because this movie not only works as a fantastic Transformers movie, but also just a great movie in terms of character, visuals, and emotion. For a Transformers fan, this movie is a 10 out of 10, and for a general moviegoer, I give this movie about a 9 out of 10. And please watch this movie, bro. If this movie bombs, I really want to see a sequel to this movie, and I don't see a sequel, I'm going to eliminate myself to Fall Damage. Thank you for watching, and I hope you return when I glaze this movie some more. I still don't know how to end videos, so, bye!